All right, everyone, get ready because we are diving deep today
Deep, deep.
into the language of love.
Ooh, I like that. The language of love.
You know how everyone's always talking about love languages? We're going to figure out what they are, and more importantly, we're going to try to figure out what your love language is.
Yeah, you hear all this stuff out there, all this advice about relationships, but sometimes it's hard to figure out, like, what actually resonates, what actually is going to work for you in your relationship.
Absolutely. And luckily, we have an amazing guide to help us out today.
You do.
The 5 love languages, I don't know, the relationship Bible, I think some people call it.
Yeah, classic book. Tons of great information in there. It's really helped a lot of people.
And it's all about figuring out, first of all, what those 5 love languages even are, you know? I'm going to talk about that.
Yeah, we got to lay the groundwork.
But then how can you actually use that to improve your relationship?
Yeah, and what's so interesting about this whole concept is that it goes beyond just, the typical, oh, I love you, or, generic expressions.
Right.
It's really about how each of us individually feels truly loved and appreciated. Like, what are the specific things that make you feel seen and understood in your relationship?
Yeah, because, you could be doing all these things. You could be having flowers. You could be doing the dishes. You could be saying nice things.
Yeah.
But if your partner's love language is something different,
Totally.
then it's just not going to land the same way.
Yeah, it's like speaking different languages.
Exactly. And the book actually...
Like you're speaking French and they're speaking, I don't know, Swahili or something.
Yeah, or you're speaking English and they're speaking cat. It's just not computing.
Exactly.
And the book actually lays out the 5 love languages very clearly.
I do.
You want to just go through them quickly?
Sure. So we have words of affirmation, quality time, receiving gifts, acts of service, and physical touch.
So we've got all the bases covered there.
All bases.
And we're going to today kind of try to guide our listeners on this journey to discover their own primary love language.
Yes. Let's get everyone to figure out what theirs is.
And the 5 love languages gives us a fantastic tool to do just that.
Yes. There's a really cool, it's like a profile. I think they call it a profile for wives, but honestly, I think anyone can use it. It's not gender specific.
Right. Yeah, it's a good starting point,
It's a starting point for anybody.
Absolutely. And it's designed to help you pinpoint that dominant love language, the one that just fills up your emotional tank.
The one that really speaks to your soul. Yeah.
And how it works, it's kind of fun. It's like a little game.
Yeah, it's interactive.
It's 30 pairs of statements.
30. You got to be ready for this.
Yeah. So settle in, get comfy, and for each pair, you're going to pick the statement that resonates the most strongly with you.
The one that when you read it, you're like, oh, yeah, that's totally me.
Yeah, that's the one that's going to give you those little clues to what your love language might be.
And some of these are tough.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're both good.
Like, who doesn't love both?
Yeah. Like, for example, I remember one of the pairs was something like, I feel most loved when my partner praises my accomplishments.
Oh, yeah.
Versus, I feel most loved when my partner helps with household chores.
See, now, I would be so torn on that one.
Right. Because sometimes, let's be honest, a clean kitchen.
Oh, my God, yes. Sometimes that feels like the ultimate act of love.
Like the best thing in the world.
Especially if you're the one who usually does it,
Yeah, for sure.
But then also, who doesn't love a little ego boost?
Exactly.
Who doesn't love, their partner acknowledging their achievements?
It feels good. So you're really going to think about it.
Yeah, you got to dig deep and be honest with yourself. What truly makes you feel seen and understood?
And the book does a great job of breaking down each of those love languages too.
Yeah, it gives really specific examples.
So you can really understand the nuances.
Yeah, because like you said, acts of service, it's not just about doing the dishes.
No, it's about taking something off your partner's plate.
Right.
That, stresses them out, even if it's something small. It's really about paying attention to their needs and being like, hey, I see you and I want to help.
Yeah, and I think that's where it gets really powerful, right? Because it's not just about grand gestures.
No.
It's about those little everyday things that can actually speak volumes.
The small things add up,
Exactly. And that's what makes this whole love language thing so insightful, I think.
Totally.
So once you've gone through all 30 of those tough choices, you've made your selections. Then what?
Then the fun begins.
The fun begins.
So each of those statements corresponds to a letter, like A, B, C, and so on.
Okay, so you're keeping track of the letters.
You're tallying them up,
Gotcha.
and whichever letter you circle the most, boom, that's your dominant love language.
And that's the moment of truth, right?
That's when you find out.
And I feel like sometimes the results can be surprising.
Oh, absolutely. Because we often project our own preferences onto our partners.
Right.
We assume they want to be loved the way we want to be loved.
And it's not always the case.
Not always the case at all.
That's why this profile, I think, is so valuable, because it really makes you step back.
It's like self-reflection time.
Yeah, and listen to your own heart, not just your assumptions.
And that's step one, right? Like, you gotta know yourself.
It's like holding up a mirror to your own emotional needs.
Exactly. But then the real magic, like, that's just the beginning.
Okay, so what happens after we know ourselves?
Then you gotta communicate it.
Ah, the communication piece, yes.
Talk to your partner, share your love language, and then the real transformation happens when you start incorporating it into your daily interactions.
So it's not just about knowing it, it's about actually putting it into practice.
It's about action.
So as our listeners uh, embark on this journey of self-discovery, what final thoughts would you leave them with?
I would say, start thinking about how you can translate this newfound knowledge into action.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how can you express love in a way that truly resonates with your partner? How can you speak their love language? And how can understanding their love language, in turn, create a more fulfilling and harmonious relationship for both of you?
I love that. So it's like a two-way street.
Absolutely.
It's not just about getting your needs met. It's about understanding your partner's needs and meeting those as well.
And that's how you build a stronger, more connected relationship.
That's beautiful. Let this be the spark, everyone, that ignites a deeper connection and understanding in your love lives.
Go forth in love.
Go forth in love. And of course, we highly recommend checking out The 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman for a much deeper dive into this topic.
It's a must-read for sure.
So, until next time, happy loving, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.